Okay. Next drill, we're going to take this a little bit further. Just because I think it's useful to actually have what the general plan is for all of Jiu-Jitsu. So we're going to ignore the part where we've taken the mooring to the ground. Like that's not the goal right now. The goal is for the person on top to win. It's your drill to win. So the person on the bottom, if you're being a dick and making it too hard, lower the resistance. Again, we're not competing against each other. We're trying to make the team better. So be the right person for your partner that makes them better. If you think it's too hard for them, lower it down. If it's too easy, make it more difficult. But you have to be the right person for them on this drill, especially. So the goal of Jiu-Jitsu is maximize our power whilst minimizing someone else's. The way we do that is, first off, we take them to the ground. Once we're on the ground, they can't generate as much power because their feet aren't in connection to the ground. I did a session with Big Joe, not that Big Joe, but Big Joe, earlier on, and even he said that, we talked about it in the last couple of weeks. If you want to push a car, you naturally align yourself to push the car. You just know, right, I need to push that car that way, so you get yourself ready to push the car. You wouldn't round yourself out and do this kind of shit, then you get fucking nowhere, but you find the most efficient way of pushing that car forwards. I think a lot of time in Jiu-Jitsu, we get so stuck in the fucking weeds, we forget just natural body mechanics that you can just do in every other part of your life. Now we also reference like manual handling. Like if you're going to lift something up, if anyone's ever done that, how to do that course of work, you lift with your legs. You don't round your back out. It's the exact same here. We want to maximize our power and minimize the other person's. That's why we take them to the ground, so they can't generate as much power anymore because they're off their feet. Once they're on the ground, they can still use posture to be able to generate power. Like if you were to do a bench press, you wouldn't have your shoulders up here, and wouldn't have it twisted. You'd align yourself. You pull your shoulder blades together. You pull your shoulders down, and then you'd create a good lift. It's exactly the same in Jiu-Jitsu. You align yourself to generate the most power, even if you don't realize it. If I'm in guard and I want to kick someone away, I align myself to be able to generate that power. I don't fuck myself up and then try and generate that power because it's going to work. And so when we do the game of Jiu-Jitsu, we want to maximize our own, make sure we've got good posture and alignment, good connection to the ground, and minimize someone else's power by taking them off their feet, minimizing their connection to the ground, and then fucking up their posture. The way we do that is we get past the arms and legs, we get past their periphery, we get past their weapons to gain access to their spine. Once you've got access to their spine, their hips and neck and shoulders, we manipulate their spine to fuck up their posture. If someone was, if I was benching and someone then started pushing my head this way, I ain't benching shit. If they're starting, imagine I had a spot and they're just doing that to my fucking neck. I ain't lifting shit today. That's a bad spot. But that's what we're trying to do in Jiu-Jitsu, is we're trying to fuck up their spine so they can't lift as much. So we attack their outer joint, we attack their arms and legs, we attack their weapons to gain access to their spine. We fuck up their spine so they can't generate as much power. And then we go back to attacking the arms, legs and neck as the general goal of Jiu-Jitsu. Once they can't generate power, we go back to attacking those joints by getting the minor control and then attacking the submission joint. So in this next drill, I want you to keep that idea in mind of maximizing your own power by making sure your alignment is good, by making sure your posture is good, by making sure your connection to the ground is good. Again, you don't push many cars on your fucking knees. You're there on your feet, aligned, being able to drive forwards. You make sure your shoulders are in a good place. You don't have them all twisted nor fucked. To make sure your spine and posture and alignment was all fixed. Fuck with theirs. And just think, right, I need to get past their arms and legs. The way we do that is and it applies to the ground as much as it applies to standing, is if I want to get past someone's guard, I need to get past his knees. That's all I care about. If I get past his knees, then I've got access to his hips, access to his spine. And the options to go around it, to get past his knees, is I can either go over them, under them, around them, or just through them. Whatever makes the most sense. So if his legs are up here, I just go underneath his legs. If they're pushing down, I go over the top of his legs. If they're wide, I can go through them, or if I've got mobility, I can go around them. And sometimes it might be chaining those things together, like fake one to go for the other. But I need to get past his knees. Same with his arms. If we're standing, and I need to get access to his hips again, his center mass, it's the same rules apply as guard. I either go over his arms to get in, I can go under his arms, I can go around his arms, or I can go in between his arms, and through his arms. And that's general hand fighting, is I'm trying to get past his elbows. If I can't get past his elbows here, and I can't get access to center mass, to his spine, fuck all is going to happen. Okay, I can't get a grip of it. And so, the next drill I want you to do then, is just keep this very simple plan in mind, because this is the kind of plan of Jiu-Jitsu. We're ignoring the takedown aspect for now. Maximize your own connection to the ground, maximize your own posture and your own alignment. And then find your way past their joints, over, under, round or through, arms and legs, to gain access to their spine. As soon as you gain access to their spine, by ripping those gaps open, manipulate their spine so they can't generate power anymore. Even if someone's in running man, fucking bring their head in, bring their legs in, crunch them up, like make them suffer. Because even in running man, my ability to get out of running man is dependent on me having a good spine. If my spine's fucked, I ain't getting up. It's like, if Andy, if I got past his arms and legs, and he goes into running man, great, but if his head's there, and his leg's there, get out. Fucking miserable. Yeah, bad plan. Because I fucked his spine up. And he might be able to do it. Like, he might still be able to generate a bit of power. But it's going to come at a fucking cost. And that's the goal. Again, if I'm on top, I can cook him. I've got my posture, I've got my alignment, I can tire him out. The more I make his power cost more to him, the more tired he's going to get, the more chance I've got to win. Same as, like, if he was in guard, ragging on my neck repeatedly, that's going to tire me out. Because I'm trying to do shit with bad posture. So, in this drill, person on top is your job to win. So person on bottom, you're the one being the good partner, making them better. But the goal is, at certain points, add resistance in. So if you want to make it so they have to find ways to get past your past your knees and arms, put the resistance in there. If they get past that part, make it so they have to earn access to center mass, earn access to the spine. So do your running man and stuff like that. And if you want to affect their balance, you want to affect their posture throughout, affect them. But because it's quite a complicated drill, start very relaxed. But if I'm doing it with Andy, his job is to first off, get past center mass. So I'm going to be trying to keep him at bay. But again, I'm not making it too complicated. If I feel like he isn't doing shit, I'll lower it down. There. Okay, I'm going to deny access to it. So he's got to find access to center mass and try and find a way of fucking on my posture. Yeah, and I'll feed back to him. And I'm going to still kind of keep on trying to escape, and he's got to try and control me. But he's got that plan in his head of keep good posture. If he seems quite skittish, and I can see he's fucking up his posture and his balance, I'll lower it. I'll say, look, deal with that problem. Okay, you're fucking yourself up. You're under no stress. Now, if it's just sparring, then there'd be stress. Okay, this isn't sparring. He has to be able to get better. And I have to go, whoa, chill. Like, you can't lose. Like, give yourself time to get good at this, okay? So we're going to run over a little bit, it's a bit late. But do this drill. Like, they know their plan. Keep their posture, keep their balance, keep their power generation. Get past my periphery by attacking knees and elbows, over, under, round and through. Gain access to the spine, then fuck up the spine. Limit my ability to generate power by getting access to my center mass. Hips, head and armpit space. Make sense? And then that's the goal of Jiu-Jitsu. And then for me being a better partner on the floor, I'm naturally going to have to get better at dealing with all those issues, finding my posture, making sure I can't get past my arms and legs. And so by side effect, I will get better the more I try and make him better. Okay, so if you are a good partner, you will make that other person better, just you'll make yourself better as well by side effect. Understand the drill? Cool, we're going to spend a good 15-20 minutes on this, so really get those games in. Off you go. Back in the spine. Thoughts, feelings, questions, issues?
I feel like you're trying to attack them for too long and stuff. I feel like the person's defending
Yeah.
has a lot of time to save energy, buy the time and wait to attack, whereas I'm scrambling for a lot of time.
Well, and and like, that's the thing about these postures, is they are powerful. Like, there's a reason why I get to go and talk about it around the world, because they work that well. So I know it's annoying, it's frustrating when someone gets into it, and that's why, because they are that strong. So when we first started bringing this in 6 years ago, we went through a period of time where we couldn't get shit on anyone. It was that frustrating. And then over time, you learn to hunt a lot more aggressively. But as soon as you start to get past someone's legs, you think, fuck, if they get their elbows anywhere near their legs, I'm not going to get shit for a while. And so you learn to rip open the gaps very fucking quickly. Like, if you saw a gap, you'd rip it and just not let them have it back. Because as soon as they're in it, you kind of stuck for it. But at the same time, they can't get out of it without opening up the gaps. So almost like if you're being too hyper aggressive on them, and they're too defensive to move, then it's just gonna be a stalemate if you just try to fucking knee them to death or whatever, and then keeping the gaps closed. But they can't move without opening, so it's almost like you give them a bit of space to move, and they'll give you the opportunity. And that's the thing, as in, yeah, they might get up. Like, keep pressure on their hips, make it so they can't move as effectively. But essentially, like, it's almost like a punishment for you for not hunting quick enough off guard pass. And like, we have, over the years, people have gone to visit other gyms and they have said, like, holy shit, like, we feel way too aggressive in what we do because other people aren't hiding their armpits as much, and we just attack very aggressively to get them open. So yeah, like, if I hit running man here, like, my option is to get up. Instead, that's it. My elbow is attached to my body. Yeah, ripping it open can be a bitch. But if I go up, look, the gap's appeared. At that point, attack me, like, go for me, like, so again. If I'm here, look, if I want to go up, a split second can be open, and that little split second's enough for you to rip open the gap and start murdering me for it. But if you're just smashing me in here, I'm like, well, why would I leave? Like, because if I leave, I'm going to die. So you got to kind of give them that kind of false sense of, like, hope. Like, so as they leave, you catch them. And so as a final drill, I said we're over by about 5-10 minutes. Same thing, like, you're going to get past the periphery and get past into running around and stuff like that. First on the bottom, I want you to get out. I want you to get back to guard. I want you to get back to upright, anything. You fucked up several times over, you're stuck in running man now, and you don't want to be stuck there for the rest of the fight, having someone potentially about to rip you apart. So, find your way out. Again, the job is for the person on top to win, okay? But it's going to be quite sparring-esque now. It's for the person on top to get better at hunting. Side effect is you're hopefully going to get better at getting out. We might suddenly come to the realization it's really fucking hard to get out. And so you'll suddenly hit the realization as well that you don't want to be there. Like, you don't want to fuck up this hard because you may not come out of it easily. Make sense? So, person on top, get past the periphery, start to attack the spine, get past, press on the button, get to your running man, cover up the gaps, and then find your way back into something productive. Getting upright, reclaiming your balance, reclaiming your posture, reclaiming your guard, whatever. Come back down the tree, as we talked about earlier. Make sense? Happy with the idea?
Yep.
See what happens? So press on top, get better hunting. See you again. Rip them apart for it. Keep control of the hips, guys. Keep pressure on the hips again. Might have to give them some space to get out, so you can then find that gap to hunt them again. Watch out for the mirror.